So should you start your courier business in a van or in a car? That's the question I'm going to answer here for you today in this video. My name's Tommy. I started and founded Tommy Courier Services, and I actually started my courier business in a car. But now I run multiple vans all over the UK making deliveries every single day. Let's get into this video and I'm going to explain car versus van. So there's a few pros and cons to both car and van. And it depends on your individual circumstances as to whether you want to go out there with a car or you want to go out there with a van and start to make money. Let me talk about the car and why maybe you should start your delivery business in your car. The great thing with a car, and maybe one of the reasons that you should start, is it's very low cost. When you're starting with your car, the only thing that you're going to need to spend money on to get started and start making deliveries is to upgrade your insurance. You're going to need hire and reward, goods in transit, and public liability. But once you've got these three insurances and you've insured your vehicle with hire and reward insurance, you can pretty much use your car to start making money. It's really that easy. And you're going to turn your car from a liability, something that's costing you money, into an asset, something which is now making you money. The reason I started in my car when I started doing deliveries was for two reasons. Reason number one is it was the cheapest way for me to start making deliveries because I didn't have to go out there and buy a van. But reason number two was the fact I actually wanted to try the delivery work and see if it was for me. I didn't want to invest all of this money into going out there, getting a van, doing this and doing that before I started making money. So I thought, let me try it in my car first and see how it goes. It didn't take me long and I was making £250 a day just in my car alone, which is when I decided that I'm going to buy a van, quit my job and go at this full time. The downsides to having a car is that you are limited on which jobs you can take. And the reason for this is the fact that if you've got a very large delivery, you're going to need a van. But that's not to say that there's not a lot of work out there for people that want to do deliveries in their car. There's a lot of work out there ready for you to go. It's just about getting the insurance, hitting the road and starting to earn money. Now let's look at the van. If you want to make the most money possible in the delivery business, it's best to get a van. You could trial it in your car first, but the long-term goal, the eventual goal of where you want to be is having your own van on the road, running, making money for you. The pros to having the van: there's a lot more job availability, You can also charge a lot more money. It's going to make you look a lot more professional. And with a van as well, you're going to use this just for business use, which means that the cost of your van is going to be completely tax deductible. The potential downsides to having a van: if you have a very large van, you may also need a car that you can use on the weekends. Another downside to having a van is that if you're going to be using this van every single day, you may spend a lot of money on fuel and maintenance. But as long as your van's making money when it is working, that's not going to be a problem at all. So the eventual long-term goal for everyone, I think, should be to get yourself a van and go out there and start making deliveries. As soon as I switched from having a car to a van, I went from making £250 a day in my car to between £250 to £500 per day in my van. There's a lot more money to be made when you have a van. And on top of this as well, there's a lot more job availability, and you're then also able to go out there and get your own direct customers, because now you're running a courier business. You're not just working for someone else doing deliveries for them as and when. You're running your own delivery business with your own van, so you can now go out there and get your own customers and make a lot more money. So guys, that's car versus van. Choose which one's best for you. Maybe start in your car, get a van a little bit later. Maybe you want to just start in your car, keep your costs down. Or maybe you want to take it serious. You want to be one of the guys that is the most serious in the courier industry, that wants to make the most money possible, and you're going to jump straight in the deep end, get yourself a van, start making deliveries and make up to £500 per day. Let me know in the comments below whether you're going to get a car or a van. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.